You've read the books, you've done the courses, and possibly paid a lot of money for repackaged common sense, and you still haven't done it. Now, the self-help industry has given this problem several names over the years. It used to be limiting beliefs. You addressed your limiting beliefs. Then it was alignment. You aligned. Then it was manifestation. So you manifested. And now it's nervous system dysregulation, which conveniently requires a certified practitioner and ideally a retreat somewhere warm. And you are the same person with the same undone task. It's an impressive commitment to trying absolutely everything except the thing that actually works. I've been watching this for 30 years. The vocabulary changes, the pattern doesn't. Your brain isn't broken, it's doing exactly what it was trained to do. Every piece of advice you've consumed came with an instruction attached. Stack enough instructions from equally credible sources, and your brain does what any sensible system would do. It freezes. And it opens a search loop. Gary Vee says post 200 times a day.
The number is as much as humanly possible.
Ali Abdaal says post less and make it count.
Share something authentically that I feel would add value to my target audience.
Same platform, same goal, completely opposite strategy. And both are successful and confident. And between them and others responsible for probably 4 courses you've watched at 1.5 times the speed, and you're calling it research. To you, they're different philosophies. To your brain, they're competing commands from sources that it's got no way to rank. So it can't pick a side. It collects more data. It goes to another conference, buys another course, Googles the same question from a slightly different angle at 11 o'clock at night. And the task is still on the desk. It's fine. It's been there since 2019. The search loop feels productive, which is precisely why it persists. You're learning and growing. You're clearly taking your development seriously. The brain is satisfied, but the work isn't done. The longer the loop runs, the more evidence your brain collects that the decision must be genuinely difficult to make. It isn't. Your brain is waiting for a clear instruction from the only person whose authority outranks every podcast, every guru, every course. You. There are 8 versions of this, 8 ways the same loop plays out in different people. I'm going to give you 4 right now. The other 4 are going to be in the next video. You might not enjoy meeting them. Profile 1 is the researcher. The researcher isn't procrastinating. The researcher is gathering information. They've watched 7 hours of content on launching a business. They know 17 people's pricing models. They can tell you what Gary Vee had for breakfast. They have a Notion board that is genuinely impressive, and yet they haven't made a decision. And what's happening is this. The brain is treating the task as unsolvable until more information arrives. And because the internet has an infinite amount of information, the loop has no natural endpoint. The researcher doesn't have a knowledge problem. They have a brain that's mistaking input for output. Profile 2 is the perfectionist. Perfectionist Pete doesn't procrastinate. Pete is refining. Pete has been refining the same Canva graphic since February. He's moved the title 2 millimeters to the left and now needs a lie down. He's on his 4th font. Nobody's seen his offer. Nobody's rejected the font. The font is irrelevant. Pete's brain is treating every imperfection as possible reason for rejection. So he keeps editing indefinitely. The task isn't frightening because it's difficult. It's frightening because finishing it means allowing somebody else to judge it. Pete's brain has decided that not finishing feels safer than failing. Spoiler alert, nobody is coming to judge the font. Profile 3 is the productive avoider. There is always one job you're avoiding. And somehow it makes you spectacularly productive everywhere else. Suddenly the skirting board needs cleaning, the dog needs a bath, the spice cupboard needs alphabetizing. You've reorganized your entire inbox by colour. You have not yet launched the program. The cumin is between basil and dill. What's happening is avoidance substitution. Your brain gets the satisfaction of completing smaller, safer jobs. That temporarily reduces the discomfort created by the one you're avoiding. You're not lazy, you're soothing the discomfort without dealing with its cause. The avoided task stays on the list. The spices look fabulous. Profile 4 is Anxious Andy. Andy can turn one email into a Netflix drama. Can we have a quick chat? That's it. Business over, wife's leaving, house repossessed. Andy has mentally lived through the complete collapse of his professional life before the reply has even been sent. Before the call happens, they only wanted a Zoom link. Andy's brain received an unclear signal and immediately ran a worst-case simulation. That simulation felt real enough to create a genuine physical stress response. So Andy has now been emotionally flooded by something that hasn't even happened and likely won't. The body can respond to an imagined threat as though it's happening now. Andy's nervous system doesn't know it's a Zoom link. Andy's nervous system thinks it's a bear. It isn't a bear, Andy. 4 different people, one basic pattern. Each brain has learned that making the real action carries some kind of risk. For the researcher, the risk is making the wrong decision. For perfectionist Pete, the risk is being judged. For the productive avoider, the risk is doing one task that could genuinely change things. And for Andy, the risk appears before he even knows whether there's a problem. These aren't character flaws. They're learned instructions. Research more and perfect it. Avoid it and prepare for disaster. Once an instruction has been learned, the brain keeps running it until it's given something clearer to do instead. In my next video, I'll be doing the other 4 profiles. Subscribe because you will want to see which one of those you recognize. And if you want to know which procrastination patterns you're running, I've put a diagnostic in the description. You'll get your main profile, which is actually driving it, and why the usual productivity advice hasn't fixed it. You can also join my backstage list. It's my weekly email for service providers. It's got client insights, business thinking, training links, videos, useful resources, and they're all in one place. Both the links are in the description.